that Alan Partridge enough for you?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, good. Welcome everybody to this episode of
Is
It. We got it right.
Got it right.
Yes. And today we are looking at.
It's the Purified Audio Panda Rooms.
What's the Panda theme? I don't.
It's just their logo is a panda. Well, if you go and look at his YouTube channel, it's him. He looks a bit like a panda.
Oh, is it? Because I was going to say, like in the 80s and early 90s, like it was like pandas. They won't there's a big panda thing, and now nobody gives a flying monkeys. Try not to say about pandas all of a sudden, do they?
I think people still care about pandas. There's just other things going on which are a bit more, climate change and all that stuff. And
Well, if you say so.
I don't know.
That's more important than pandas.
I still like pandas. I mainly like watching YouTube videos of them falling off things, but.
There was the guy saying there was a thing about how they won't actually mate. You sort of they're endangered, but you put them in a luxurious hotel suite together with they still won't.
Well, they're probably drunk too much. Happens to all of us.
Happens when Well, don't count me in your little. Don't count me in your little floppy. Anyway, so what are we looking at, Sean?
Again, it's the Purified Panda Rooms.
It's still.
The
Good.
Purified Panda Rooms.
Yeah.
Which is a reverb.
It looks awesome, I've got to say. It looks amazing. I can see all the bits and...
I know why you like it already. The same reason you like the Sunset Sound reverb, because it's got pictures on it.
Yeah.
You're totally sucked in by them putting pictures of the rooms that the reverbs were, recorded the convolution in or whatever they did. You see a picture of a room on a reverb and you love it.
Sometimes people know you better than you know yourself.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. That's a really good picture.
Easily impressed by
it's got
a shitty JPEG.
I like drums, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So, just take us through it.
Okay, so Panda, Purified Audio people, they have a studio. This is a reverb that has been recorded in their studio. So the convolution was done, the recording of the reverbs, in all the different spaces in their studio. So you've got their live rooms, you've got their hallway, their office, their control room, 10 different rooms, and they were all recorded where they work.
Can you upload your own?
No.
Okay.
It's not a famous studio, it's their studio. They use it a lot. They thought, do you know what, we'll just put all these algorithms into a reverb and make it available to everyone. See, now you're turning your nose up, but there's some interesting shit going on here.
Yeah.
So they have recorded this reverb each time using a large selection of microphones. So on the left, you've got a U47. Then you've got a stereo XY configuration stereo mic setup at 8 feet away.
Yeah.
Then you have a binaural mic at 4 feet away. Then you have a ribbon mic at 12 feet away, and then you have another stereo XY configuration mic at 25 feet away.
They could have done so much more with this.
But you have total control over all of those mics and what are coming into your reverb.
You have control over four microphones in 4 rooms, essentially.
Well, it's a bit more than that, but it's you have complete control over each of those. So, the early reflections,
the distance away from the source,
how much you put it into the mix, you can filter it, you can solo it, you can do whatever you want with it. You can link loads of different parameters using this section on the bottom right. I find it incredibly flexible. You can get loads of different sounds.
Like a plate.
No, you can't get a plate because it's not a plate.
Okay, it must sound amazing because I don't know. It seems a little bit.
What's your issue, Dan? What don't you like? You loved it just now.
I did because I liked the picture and I was just expecting a lot more. So are these distances set?
The distances are set, but you can vary the amount of level.
And you can't upload your own impulse response?
No.
Okay, so that's why I'm disappointed. Those are the 2 reasons currently I'm disappointed. So impress me.
Okay. Well, first of all, you got to look at the price. It's 56 quid normally. At the moment, it's 40 quid. For this kind of reverb with that amount of control, I think that's a deal.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
And it sounds like, okay, I've got 10 rooms. You've got 10 rooms, and each of those 10 rooms have all of those mic setups in them. So the amount of variation, the amount of different reverbs you can get out of it is huge.
And one of them's an office and one of them's a hallway.
I know, but they're really interesting. One of them's a warehouse, and that sounds great on drums. And I like the small spaces. I've really got into small reverbs recently. So the control room thing sounds great. It's sort of like, it's a bit dead because it's a control room, but it's still got a bit of an early slap. Yeah. You can do some really interesting things with it. It's funny, isn't it? Because traditionally you learn that obviously your pans move stuff in the stereo field and use reverb to sort of move your sound but forward and backwards in the mix. And exactly the same as you, I've really got into using short reverbs to increase the sort of the size of sounds. Yes.
I've really got into reverb. I mean, I'm a big plate reverb fan. I use plates.
I use plates for vocals nearly all the time, it's got to be said. But for putting things in spaces, which is so important, don't necessarily want to hear that reverb, but to put it in a space, an instrument, a guitar, whatever it is, to put it in an acoustic space really gives it something that it's hard to do with the digital reverb sometimes.
Okay, well, it looks sexy. You've said it's amazing. I'm unconvinced. Sure, go on.
I think if you're looking at getting one of those Sunset Sound type reverbs, one that look like this and work in a similar way, they're significantly more money.
Yeah.
I think this is a cheaper way to get into that style of reverb.
I've got to say, to be fair, it looks like it's way more expensive than it is.
Great interface.
Yeah.
I love Purified stuff. They do really good stuff. And, that makes me want to try it out and use it. And I think so. Great.
Yeah. All of their stuff that we've looked at before, it's been dynamic stuff, hasn't it, previously?
Yeah, it's all been great.
Yeah. So, Sean, the limited reverb that you can't upload your own impulse responses to. Oh, joke.
Can I just ask you?
Yeah.
How many times have you uploaded your own impulse responses into a reverb?
Sean, is it shit?
See. No one does, really.
Yeah, but I know how.
Well,
every time I walk through, every time I go up a staircase, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm going to come and do an impulse.
All sound engineers,
it's all
be great. I'll come record this reverb. No one ever does. Because you go through your presets.
Sure. No, okay, point taken. So the Purified Panda Rooms 10, is that what it's called?
It's called the Panda Rooms.
The Panda Rooms. Is it shit?
It is not shit.
There you go, people.
I like it. I think for that much, 40 quid now. I've got
to say.
That's great.
It'd be fun to play with. That's the other thing. If you did have like a live drum kit that you'd recorded and you're mixing, I could see how it'd be fun to play with.
The worst thing about watching someone mix drums badly is when they get their sort of drum sound together, they slap on a reverb and move on.
Yeah.
The sound of your drum kit sometimes is all about the reverb. So spend time on it, and this gives you the opportunity to really tailor it. You can take it from something being average to being something really very good.
Okay, listen, as usual, listen to him, not me. And while you're doing that, like the video.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel so you know when we've got new videos coming out.
We've got an Instagram, Studio Life 101.
We have a merch shop and we have a Patreon, and there's all kinds of cool stuff on the website, which, all the links are down there.
Catch you next time.
See you later.
Bonzac.